Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and my camera is a little unstable. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Julia, as you probably already know, but if you're new to Manifest with Julia, then welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Today I'm going to continue to answer questions, and I still have a few more questions from this week's Instagram Q&A. I want to answer them all because I already answered so many of them. So I thought, okay, I might as well keep on going. And before I get started with that, I'm a manifestation coach. So if you're looking for support on your journey, then feel free to check out my services in the description box below. I'm offering VM coaching, I'm offering email coaching, video and phone coaching, as well as a few recorded meditations. Today I had a fun, not so fun situation where I already recorded my meditation, my live meditation, and then unfortunately the recording was not a very high quality, and because I didn't like it, I recorded it again. So I had the live event, and then I basically did the live event by myself once again in order to have it in high quality. But good news, it worked out. The second one, I feel it's even better than the first, and I'm going to make it available as soon as I've uploaded it. When it's available, which is probably in 24 hours latest. So by the time you watch this video, it might already be available. I'm going to put the link in the description box below, and then you can do the Sexy Goddess meditation in your own time, whenever you feel like you want to be a sexy goddess. Alright, I also have a Worthy of Love and a Worthy of Love live meditation down there as well, in good quality. And then I have a money mindset meditation course that you can do that is pre-recorded, so it's also in good quality. You can check them all out in the comments below. I think it's really important to keep the quality high, because when you're listening to this, you want to make sure that you understand everything. And even though it's most important to really get into the energy, the recording does matter. So that's why I'm letting you know that the Sexy Goddess meditation is going to be re-uploaded in the best quality. Alright, and now let's get started with the Q&A. And by the way, if you're joining now live, I will answer live questions as well, because I'm just in the mood. I recorded for a few hours, so I thought I can just keep on going. And I have a few questions that were sent to me that I still want to answer. So let me check my emails, because I sent them to myself via email. Let's see. All right. Did I really send them? Or not? It would be a shame, but I think I can still do it while I'm on the live stream. No, but it's here. Perfect. All right, so let's get going. I think I have about 6 questions to answer. And the first one is so interesting already. So I'm on top of my mental diet and assuming good things. How do I make it just come now? This question sounds to me like you want to rush it, like not you want to rush it, but internally you're still a little bit in a rush, and you want it to come now because you feel like it's not here yet. Basically, you're still not really in the state of the wish fulfilled, because you still want it to come now. And what you want to do is you want to really go deeply into the state of the wish fulfilled, where you already feel like you have what it is that you want. And I know that sometimes people get impatient. I can understand. But the thing is, as long as you're impatient and you're not feeling like you're complete, like you still need your person or whatever you're manifesting in order to feel complete or feel the ecstasy or the joy that you want, that's still kind of coming from lack. Like, even if you say you're on top of your mental diet, I really do believe that you're doing great, because it sounds and it feels very confident what you're writing. But notice, how do I make it just come now? Like, this is completely out of the state of the wish fulfilled. Like, it is here now. be aware of that reality, really. Like, don't sabotage yourself with such questions. When you're asking this, instead I would say like, no, I'm redirecting into, if you're manifesting a person, for example, he wants me, he's so into me, he's reaching out all the time, he's contacting me all the time, he's so into me, I love his attention on me. Or if you're manifesting money, you are saying, oh my God, money is showering itself onto me. I feel so rich, I feel so wealthy, I feel so incredibly proud of myself and my success. It's so incredible. My financial abundance is increasing every single day, and you really gotta feel it. Like, my manifestation of this year was that I was focusing on money because I was focusing on my financial situation because I wanted to change something. And I really, I did that in the past as well. I did manifest money in the past as well, but not as sustainably, as consistently, and as much as I wanted. And that was partially, or actually most of it was probably because I was not yet manifesting. So in the past, before I started fully committing to manifesting, and I think many people might still be in that phase, I tried manifesting, and then I also did other stuff that I thought was necessary in order to make money. What I did differently this year was I decided that no, I'm gonna manifest it. That means that I might do stuff as a result of being in a state of the wish fulfilled, but my main job is just going to be in a state of the wish fulfilled. And as a result of that, and now I'm coming back to the question, as a result of that, I really brought myself into so high degrees of feeling wealthy, and I'm really through the practice that I did, because I did not prioritize the work, which I had done in the past. I worked more, and then of course I had some money, but it was not the way I wanted it. It was not what exactly I wanted. It just wasn't coming in exactly the way that I wanted, because I didn't manifest it. I was trying to do stuff in my external reality, and at least partially I was still thinking that, yeah, manifesting is something for my mindset, and then I still need to do it. But manifesting actually is the doing. Every action that results from that is going to feel natural and inspired. So, and then I practiced so much. Like, I dumped the work, and I said, like, I'm just gonna manifest, and I really did that. And as a result of that, I came into the state of the wish fulfilled profoundly, deeply, and easily. Like, right now, if I want to go into a money practice, like, I literally need 1, 2, or 3 affirmations to feel really wealthy and to feel like money is showering itself onto me. And that like, as a result of that, I got very significant movement in my reality that was just very, very obviously coming from my state of being. And the thing with this question is, how do I make it just come now? I would ask myself that when I wasn't sure that it was coming, or when I was still a little bit impatient. And I'm trying to think if there's another way that I can see the question. I mean, there were, I have to say, let's rephrase and say, like, maybe let's tackle the question from a little bit of a different point of view. Maybe you're asking this question because you feel like you really want to, like, be there right now. And the answer is the same still. You really got to practice the state of the wish fulfilled. You really got to go there as if it's already happened. That's also what I did with my money manifesting practice. It's like, I was going there as if it was already true. Like, when this kind of question would come up for me, I was like, it's already here. Like, I'm already experiencing money showering itself onto me. I'm already wealthy. Like, my money is growing every single day. I'm becoming wealthier and wealthier. I'm a money magnet, and I would feel it now. I would say dump the reality, where you ask yourself, how do I make it just come now? Because I had that too, and that is the old reality. That is the reality where you're still trying to manifest it. That is the reality where you still don't know when it's gonna come. You wanna be in the reality where it's here now. Like right now, you gotta feel it real. And as a transition phase, of course, it's okay to know that right now you're manifesting it and then it's going to happen. But in your practice, I suggest that you try to come as close to being in a state of the wish fulfilled as you can. If you're feeling that it is going to happen, that's already better than feeling like it's not going to happen. So it's obviously closer to the state of the wish fulfilled. And you can use it, as I said, as a bridge, as a transition period. But the goal is at some point, without forcing yourself, if you need a bridge, use it, it's great. At some point you want to feel like money is here right now, or my person is here right now, or I get the success, I experience the success that I want right now. So really become aware that manifesting is about creating the inner reality. It's not about how to make it come to you. You are manifesting it, like you're creating it. Take a pen, take a paper, and script your reality and be the version of yourself who already has it. Like, I can't stress how freaking important that is. I also wanted to address another question that I had received last time about signs and what they mean. And I remember that I didn't share one perspective that I also think is important. I just didn't think about it in that moment. And that's, you can, if you want, use something in your external reality as a sign that you wanna, for example, assign abundance to, or assign love to, or any particular manifestation that you have. So for example, if you say like, every time I see a flower, or every time I see some kind of symbol, whatever you choose, I'm going to feel loved, or I'm going to feel abundant, or I'm going to feel the state of the wish fulfilled of my manifestation, and it's going to show me that, yeah, money is coming, or yes, the love is coming, my specific person is coming. You can use that as an anchor as well. Because in my previous video, I said that you should not necessarily try to manifest signs, which I suggest you shouldn't look for signs necessarily. But if you want to do this like a little practice, you can say like, okay, and I received a message about that today, and then that's when I remembered it. Where a person said, or someone from my Instagram followers said, every time I see a butterfly, I see it as a sign that my specific person is coming. And I thought it was really sweet. It was something that I heard before in a course that I participated in, like something similar. And I think that can be extremely helpful. Like, I had similar things where I got little crystals, and I'm not into crystals or anything, but I just like them, and I was reminded of certain energies when I looked at different types of crystals. So I got 2 or 3 of them, or maybe a few more, and yeah, one or two of them really reminded me of abundance, and I was like really feeling that energy, and I was carrying it around with me sometimes, and I was just having it there, and I would just feel the energy. So you can do the same, and yeah, it's slightly different from a sign because you're well aware that it's something that you're doing like a practice and something that you're choosing, whereas when you're hunting after numbers or angel numbers or something like that, it can be a bit distracting. Next question. Why am I noticing lots of 111s? Is my manifestation near? As I said in the last video, it can mean that your manifestation is near in the sense that you're giving it that meaning, but I would not necessarily focus my entire energy on the numbers. Like, if you do so, then be aware that this is something that you're personally seeing as a sign, and that it can be a sign for you. And then honestly, yeah, well, use it as a sign that your manifestation is coming. Why not? It's all your consciousness, it's all a reflection of you. So decide that this is a sign that your manifestation is coming, but then keep your focus back on your manifestation and on your state of being, and not on the numbers. For me personally, 111 or 1212 or 1111 or something like that, it always signifies for me alignment. That's my personal meaning that I give to these numbers. But again, don't stay focused too much on the numbers. That's an interesting question. Is it true that I can meet my specific person only after being financially independent, or is it a limitation? Well, that's definitely a limitation. Like, why would you only be able to meet your specific person after you're financially independent? I think that it's great to be financially, not wealthy, but I mean, wealthy is great, definitely. Like, go for it if you want to. But to be financially stable at least, that's a great help in life in general, if you don't struggle with money or any area in particular. But you don't have to be financially stable or wealthy in order to fall in love or have somebody fall in love with you. Like, I think it can be a bit difficult to really manifest something in general if you feel unstable in your life. But it's far, far, far away from impossible. Like, it's very possible to manifest a specific person even if you're not financially stable. The question is that really number one priority in that moment when you're financially unstable? But as your question says, after I'm financially independent, it doesn't sound that you're financially unstable. It just sounds like you're financially dependent on someone, maybe your parents, I guess. So don't feel bad for it. Like, just work towards what you want, where you want to be money-wise. But in the meantime, go ahead and be with your specific person. Like, money won't hold you back to manifest your specific person. That's definitely a limitation. Another question. Okay, that's not a question actually, but let's see. Coworker, full stop. Blocked, full stop. Third person, full stop. Exhausting, full stop. So I guess your coworker is your specific person and has blocked you, and there's a third party and you're exhausted. I get it, you're exhausted. That's why I recommend take your focus away from your 3D reality and put it back on yourself. Like, if you're feeling exhausted with your manifestation, this signifies, or this shows you that you're way too enwrapped in the external reality, and you need to reconnect back to your own inner reality, to your own beingness. You want to let go for a bit, let go or detach from your external reality and come back to yourself, stabilize your state of being, regulate your nervous system, establish a connection with your body, establish a connection with yourself. And from that energy, and it doesn't have to take forever, like, honestly, as I said, I'd love to support you with these things, but you gotta really take responsibility with that. And you gotta really come back to your body and let that negative attachment to your 3D reality, let that go and come back. I have a playlist about emotional healing. I have playlists about how to manifest. But you gotta apply them, and I suggest you start with emotional healing. I have this playlist on my YouTube channel. It's completely for free. Just go check it out and make sure that you're applying what you're learning there. Another meditation that could be helpful for you is the Worthy of Love meditation. You can check that out in the description box below or in my online shop. It's going to be available there. And yeah, what you want to do is really, I mean, this sounds a little bit like you're in a victim state. Like, just to be honest, I know that it's maybe nothing that you want to hear, but it's somewhat the truth. And maybe you have also abandoned yourself a little bit. So you want to make sure to come back to yourself, to nourish your inner child, heal your inner child, and stop chasing external validation. You gotta be present with yourself. You gotta start to really align with abundance, really align with source energy. And the way that you do that is really by connecting with your body, by doing things that feel like they're energizing to you, by doing things that you simply enjoy, by doing meditations that align you with a higher state of consciousness, And then when you're doing that, it's going to be easier for you to assume a new outcome with your specific person. So see the exhaustion for what it really is. It's a disalignment within your state of being. It's not the external reality. This is really about you, and not about the external reality. I was just repeating myself because my battery is low and my phone had this pop up and I don't know if I was recording. So come back to yourself, do inner child work, really do it. It doesn't necessarily get better in the long run if you're just watching videos. I mean, watching videos is good and it can be soothing, definitely. So I see the value in that, but it's much better if you do the practice for yourself as well. And then start assuming that your coworker is into you, your coworker wants you, obviously. You don't even need them. You are having your own amazing life going on. You're having an amazing, social life, spiritual connection with yourself. You're loving your job, or you're working towards that, and start creating a reality that you really, really, really enjoy within yourself. And then live there, and then let them come back attracted to you. Or you can also reach out to them and just make sure you're in the right energy. All right, and I think I have 2 more questions. How do we let go and know that it's done? I feel like living in the end sometimes feels forced. Yeah, there are moments where we don't even want to practice manifesting, we don't even want to say affirmations, and that's maybe when we should simply be present. Simply be present with anything that's there. Simply enjoy your life and experience the present moment, or if you don't enjoy your life, simply be present with what is, even if it's not a pleasant experience, being present with it, because it's in your presence that you can start to attain deeper wisdom. Even if you're being present with unpleasant emotions, when you're doing that, when you're sitting in that void or silence or even pain, that's when you're going to start to have a deeper understanding about your situation and what's going on for you. And I would say, you know that it's done. I'd really say there are 2 ways to do this. One is practice. Practicing the state of the wish fulfilled, which clearly is something that currently is not the way for you. But practice would be one way. And the second way is what I just said, is like sitting with your own spirit, sitting and being conscious, becoming conscious and becoming fully honest with yourself. Because within you already know who you are, you already know that life, like what life is, who you are, that you are so much deeper and vaster than your ego thinks possible. But when we are practicing, doing, when we're in that constant energy of doing, then we sometimes lose touch with our true self, our true nature as consciousness, and we're getting into too much of an identification with our conditioned mind, where we actually don't believe that we can have what we want, where we actually don't think that it's possible to manifest. So what you want to do is you want to relax back into detachment, relax back into your true self. I would say that's what letting go really is. And when you are in alignment with your true self, when you're in alignment with all the abundance and spirit, that's when you're naturally going to remember that everything is possible. And you want to find a sweet spot, a balance between knowing it and practicing, and simply tuning in, letting go, being. And sometimes that being can feel like it's a little bit difficult because you want to do something, but really being is so important. Like manifesting by just doing, can feel forced, and I don't know how sustainable it is and how it's going to get you really to the deepest level. Because reflection, contemplation, attaining deeper wisdom by simply being conscious, and journaling, like just to become aware, like that genuine desire to explore your consciousness without wanting any particular outcome, That's such a vibrant and abundant energy because you're not attached and because you're your true self. And your true self doesn't need to manifest all the time. Like, it does it anyway, but it's not that attached. I hope that this helps. And now, let me see. Is it enough to only affirm instead of living in the end? Or any good tips on living in the end? I don't know what you mean with affirm instead of living in the end. Like, you're affirming in order to live in the end. And yeah, maybe I get what you mean. I think maybe you want to say, like, if you're affirming and you're not feeling like you're living in the end, if it still works. And I would say partially yes. So there's nothing wrong with affirming and not feeling anything, especially at the beginning. But in time, you want to practice to become you want to start practicing from the very beginning, like really being present with your affirmations and trying to feel them. And in time, this is going to get easier and easier. So as I said with my money example, at the beginning, I didn't really feel like so much in the state of the wish fulfilled as I do today. Like, nowadays it's easy, like I have to say a few affirmations and I feel like super rich. But when I started, or sometimes in my day, I don't feel like that. So sometimes you might say affirmations and you don't feel it yet. And that's when you want to like become very conscious of, like, are you actually saying affirmations that resonate with you? And if not, well, maybe find some new affirmations. Of course, obviously you want to give it a little time, so you're not just like throwing them away without really practicing a little. But in general, you could say that you can tune in, and when affirming, you can feel, does this really like move me internally? Do I feel something? Do I feel like this feels good? Or do I feel more resistance? And if you feel much resistance, then you can try to say a little bit less positive or more positive affirmations, something that feels a little more resonant, and find words that really, really move you, that really resonate with you. And of course, yeah, in time, you're going to feel living in the end a little more, not a little more, a lot more than at the beginning. Good tips on living in the end is, yeah, really explore. Like, instead of just doing a technique, really explore. Ask yourself, how would I feel if I had my manifestation? Like, honestly, if I was with my specific person, how would that feel like? What would they say to me? What would they say to me? What would I say to them? How would I feel? Who would I be? What version of myself would I be? Or if I had the money that I wanted, who would I be? What would I do in my daily life? Where would the money come from? You don't even have to be so specific, but I'm just giving you some examples that can help you develop an inner understanding of what that reality would be like. Obviously, maybe I need to talk about that again, but you don't want to be too concerned with how it's going to come. So with money, you don't need to be too stressed with how the money is going to come to you. But you are allowed to kind of envision that reality, like, what would I be doing? What would I be doing with my money? What would I be doing with my specific person? How would I spend my day? How would I look like in my ideal reality? Like, ask yourself those questions and enjoy that reality and bask there. Living in the end is creating your reality that you like and live there and stay there forever. And then you can adjust as you see what happens in the 3D. You gotta start living within. I think, let's see if I have more. Yeah, I answered all of them. Yay! In the last few weeks, I didn't really have the time to really answer all the questions. And if I were to answer them in the stories, it would take me, I think, so much more time and energy. So that's why I thought, like, maybe I'll just answer them in a YouTube video, and that way I can answer all the questions. But I receive really so many, and I want to remind you, do not send me questions in my direct messages, because I can't get back to them. Like, there are just too many. My direct messages are meant for my one-on-one clients and my and coaching inquiries. But I don't think that's really fair to answer to some people and not answer others, not to respond to others. So like just put your questions in the comments or in the Q&A or in the comments here on YouTube. It's much easier for me to deal with it because my DMs are simply meant for something else. Alright, now thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being here on this YouTube channel. If you want to book one-on-one coaching and want to receive my absolutely excellent support, then feel free to reach out to me through the description box below. As I said, I offer DM coaching, which means we can chat on Instagram or even WhatsApp if you want to, and I can guide you through the process. I can be there for you via text or voice messages. Or you can book a one-on-one coaching call with me. There you can also get a personalized meditation that I'm going to record with you. So there are lots of ways that I can support you. Don't be shy, reach out, and don't stay stuck. Have a lovely rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.